Toby and Henrietta were enjoying their new job on the island of Sodor, but they do look old-fashioned and did need new paint. James was very rude whenever he saw them. He would say, "At least Toby lost patience," he answered James. Said Toby earnestly. James went redder than ever and snorted off. It was such an insult to be reminded of how the time he had been bootlace and used to mend a hole in his coaches. At the end of the line, James left his coaches and got ready for his next train. It was slow freight stopping at every station to pick up set-down cars. James hated slow freight cars. Starting and only few picked up more and more cars at each station until he had a long train. At first, the freight cars behaved well, but James bumped them so crossly that they were determined to get back at him. They approached the top of Gorton's Hill. "Heavy freight trains, halt here, set the brakes." James had an accident with cars before and had an accident with cars before and should have remembered this, said the driver, but James wouldn't wait. He was too busy thinking. They laughed and banging their buffers, they pushed him down the hill. Yelled the cars, groaned James. They thundered through the station. Disaster lay ahead. Something sticky splashed all over James. He had run into tar wagons. He was black from smoke box to cab. He was more dirty than hurt, but the tar wagons and car were all to pieces. Toby and Percy were sent and came as quickly as they could. Exclaimed Toby. Said Toby. James pretended he hadn't heard. Toby and Percy cleared the way and hurt cars and helped James. Her Topham Hatt met them. Said Toby. All James could do was watch Toby as he ran off happily with the news.